Controversial announcement from New Jersey's Attorney General, Gurbir Grewal. There will be new rules put in place for police officers governing interactions with transgender people. The AG's guidelines include addressing people by their chosen name and pronoun, even if that is not on official records.
Unfortunately, some LGBTQ people are afraid to ask the police for help. They worry that they'll face discrimination or harassment from the very officers sworn to help them. That's why New Jersey's entire law enforcement community, which proudly includes gay and transgender officers among our ranks, is committed to building trust with our LGBTQ residents.
All police officers in the state will be trained on the new rules by June 1st. Oh boy, let's bring back tonight's A-plus panel, Republican strategist Allison Young and Democratic strategist Bill Caruso. Allison, I'm going to start with you on this. This really sounds like a solution in search of a problem. I talked about it on the radio this morning. I said I would like to know two things. Number one, where has some transgender person been offended to the point where we needed a whole policy? And two, how on earth does a police officer do their job? You know, they pull somebody over. You don't know. Do I have to ask first? What pronoun do you want? What do you think?
Well, I've been through a lot of training on this, and that is the protocol. You ask someone first, and if they don't respond in kind, then you refer to someone as they. And that's the way that a new generation of professionals is being trained. But Bill, I think it's impossible to put yourself in the shoes of a cop and say, "I've got all these things. I'm worried about safety. I'm worried about other cars on the road. And now I have to focus on this."
One thing I know about police officers, they follow their training. Good cops follow their training. So providing training, even if we think it's outside the scope of what their duty should be, this protects the cops from getting into difficult situations. So I don't love it. I'm going to be honest with you. I do like the inclusive nature of it. I don't love it. It's an extra thing on top of what they already do, but it keeps them on the straight and narrow. They at least know the rules.
Still, to that point, most normal people out there are saying, wait a minute, you got two genders. You certainly have people that are transitioning, but now we're starting to make stuff up. We're talking about non-binary. We're pretending that men and women don't exist, and it seems that the tail is wagging the dog. And then I saw a report that they used saying there are some 4,000 kids, 30,000 people. Where are they getting these numbers from? Come on.
But let me say this to you. What is normal to you and I, to all of us collectively, changes in a lot of ways. Our cops are out there on a daily basis, and rather than waiting for an incident, you said, was there an incident occur? Waiting for an incident, you get ahead of this and say, right now, here are the rules. If you are within the scope of these rules, you're going to be fine. And by the way, if you aren't, you're going to get corrected.
Funny thing, the Democrats always say that science matters. I think biology does matter, and we've gone a bit away from that.